Welcome back. Tell me, who is in your village? As women, mothers, who is your support system? Who are the people you go to, ask for help, and genuinely know that they are there to help support you in this process? That's what I want to talk about. And I also want to give you resource in identifying who is in your village. So click the description and you will see a link workbook. On page 3 you will have a freestyle of identifying who is in your village. And if you don't currently have a village, a support system, a community, how can you identify those people to build your village? Village, community, tribe. I am Jamaican, and we live in little villages. They have now become big villages. But as a child growing up, there were certain people who live next door on either side, and they would be considered part of our village, who we can go to for certain things. So as I spoke about in previous videos about identifying what your capacity is versus what you're responsible for, and offloading the mental load, a part of that strategy of unburdening yourself with a constant task and to-do list and all that is to have strategic people in places that you're able to call upon when you need them, and also when you not necessarily need, but it allows you the opportunity to redistribute your time. So who is in your village? Because the superwoman, the supermom, I can do it all, has taken a toll on women, mothers especially. And whether or not you have children, or you're caring for a loved one, or you're caring for your brother's kids, your mother's 6th cousin far removed relation, you're in a caregiver role. And as I tell my patients, caregivers, the load is better and easier, lighter, when there are more hands assisting. So with that, it is interchangeable. And if you're new to the channel, I am Carisha, and this is the Integrated Life with Carisha. And my hope with this is to teach you strategic way of building systematic resolution pathways to helping you have a successful, thriving, relaxed, smooth motherhood, parenting, and as I like to call it, you are the house manager. And with that, it is essential. A CEO has directors of this, directors of that, assistant to this, assistant to that. I want you to start considering your house as a corporation, and you are the CEO. And you now need to identify those people who you can put in strategic places to help you manage this thing. Because the guilt of also identifying people to assist you with school pickup or to do meal prep is that we should be able to do it all. We should be able to go to work from 9 to 5, pick up the kids or drop off the kids, come back home, do the bath, the reading, the homework, the meals, attend to our husband, and then attend to ourselves too. And we should all be doing this without there being any feeling of stress or being overwhelmed, all by ourselves. We are not asking for any help. And I would say that is a recipe for just disaster if you don't have the right system in place. So one of the key things that I have utilized, and it has worked for me, and I believe it would work for you if you implement it, is that certain tasks that I do not need to attend to, I see who is in my sphere who can help. The school pickup, certain days I ask my sisters, and I ask my sisters to either take my kids to piano or go pick something up from the grocery store. I utilize the Amazon to prevent me from having to go to all the grocery. I have batch delivery of meat to prevent me from having to go to the butcher. Those are things that I have been strategic about, realizing if I am not spending 45 to an hour and a half in the grocery store, I could be doing something else. And it could free myself up to go to the gym to take care of myself, to go to a school function because that may be necessary for me to attend. But I have identified other individuals who can do that. And what I would ask is, while you are thinking about who is in my village, or you may already have those people in place, and what I would then encourage you to do is utilize them on a consistent basis. Make it a part of your regiment. That yes, you will have a plan B in case they are not able to do it. But if you are able to do Monday, Wednesday, I am going to not do pickup. I'm not going to do the grocery shopping. I'm not going to have to clean the house. Outsource that. I spoke about outsourcing the cleaning lady, the garden cutter, the lawnmower. Outsource certain things. And I know financial constraint may be an issue for some, but for those that it is not, outsource what you can outsource. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that it is costly. I have my mother cook a batch of porridge or cook rice. I go pick it up and I put it in my fridge. I have my sister braid my kids' hair. I drop them off, I pick them up. I have other help. Because as a house manager, we have to identify what is necessary for us to do and then what is not necessary. And that's how you buy back some of your time for free. But that also comes at a vulnerable state where you now have to think, who is in my sphere, my circle, that I'm hesitant in asking? And I can tell you for myself, for years I was hesitant to ask a particular sister to do certain things. Not because she said no, not because I've asked and she said, it's because I didn't want to feel as if I was a burden. I didn't want to feel as if I needed to ask somebody to do something for my kids. Until I got freed from that, I now am encouraging you to think about who are the people, maybe one, maybe five, that you have been resistant to asking, and start asking. The worst is no. And then you'll know, okay, cross that off my list. Let me move to another. And this is how you can build your village and then have the conversation. I'm big on having conversation about, okay, this is the area I will need help with. Are you able to do this 3 times a week or 2 times a week or every other week? And when you know that, you then know how to best structure your time. And so you are not feeling overwhelmed, because that's one less thing for you to be thinking about doing, because it has already been assigned. And therefore, because it's assigned, you don't have to add that to your list, your responsibility. You now know, I'm going to have this person do this person do that. So on these days, I am cultivating difference thing for me to do, or for me just to do nothing. So I want you to think, if I had an extra hour within the week of nothingness, because everyone is fed, bathed, and cared for, what would you do? You may fill that with something else. You may binge watch something. You may read a book. You may take a walk. But it is not anything for you to do. I want you to think about that and list it. See how it formulates within your overall structure. How does it work with what you as the house manager is wanting to execute? And I want the understanding is, we are stronger as a community. And the community doesn't only extend to say, okay, we are stronger because we are black together. We are stronger because we are Jamaican, we are Haitian, and that's the community. We are stronger because I have built my community. I have built the community, and it is reinforced by our same values, our same beliefs, are just, it is reinforced because we love each other. We don't believe the same thing, but we show up for each other. And therefore, as I am managing my house, this is essential to have. And I know some people do not have mothers or fathers or brothers or sisters that they can call upon. And this is where it will be essential for you to utilize the daycare, utilize a nanny, utilize after school. Maybe you have a neighbor who is trustworthy. You did the background check, CPS check, and all the other check before you leave your kids with them, And you can say, they are part of my community. I may not have familial or blood, but I have built my community through interaction and life living together. The neighbor across the street, the neighbor who's been there since my kids were born, they know me, I know them. Build your community. It is going to be essential as you're walking through this life, whether or not you have children or not. Having a solid foundation with community building, support system, it is essential. So you click the link in the description and you will see the Integrated Strategic Workbook. Free, print it off and go through it. All of it. All what we spoke about before in terms of the place called there. Identify where there is. Identify where is your capacity versus responsibility. And now I want you to build your village. Look around and see, where's my village? And as we continue, share, like, comment. Tell me, what is one thing that you can say, if I had a strong community, or if I had identified a strong community and delegate, these are some areas that I would have, not have to do. Or know that I have identified my community. I can see that, okay, moving forward, this is what I will have them do. This is what I will not do. And I would beg you or encourage you to do this one thing. When the guilt of feeling like I shouldn't need anybody to take care of my house, or I shouldn't need anybody to take care of my kids or help me with my kids, I want you to feel the feeling and let that go, because that is not going to serve you. Feeling guilty for asking for help is never going to be helpful, because everyone needs help. You know, I bought this book for my kids, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Beautiful little book. And one of the little line, it says, what is the best thing you can say? I might be misinterpreting it, but it says, help. The best prayer you can praise, help. Asking for help is not weak. Asking for help is strong. Asking for help is strong. It takes a lot of courage and tenacity and quieting that voice that say you shouldn't ask for help, to ask for help. So I want you to use the tool. I'm a big person, I tell you about journaling, big about writing it down, right? Write it down. See the roadmap so you can be empowered to say, okay, I got my people, and let them know that they are your people. Because the worst thing is for you to identify them as a person and they not be notified or they not be in agreement. I want you to have that other word, conversation. Let them be a part of your community and let them know why you chose them, you know, to be that person who you want to pick your kids up, or to just come and stay with them while you and your husband go on a date, or just go walk around. And the community is also involving your own kids and your husband, your significant other, is that you are the house manager, but you should be doing all the work in the house. Each one do also. That's how you keep the system flowing. Encourage the people inside your house to also delegate to them what they need to do. Train up the child how you want them to go. It takes effort, takes time, patience, and a lot of love, but it's doable. So, like, share, and subscribe. Join me again on this couch in my boudoir as we continue this integrated life. Enjoy, okay?